didn't say that. You talk about my opinion.
Sam, let me make a statement. Otherwise, I will disconnect.
Okay.
I said you do not have a right to force people to do what you want them to do, and you said, yes, I do.
No.
So you said that you have a right to force people to do what you want them to do.
My opinion. Force my opinion on people. But Daryl, look.
That's different than
Don't change the Daryl, please.
You will go through jail unless you do.
Listen, I understand that you're uncomfortable with the scenario that I'm presenting. But this is the reason why I'm using this illustration. Daryl, now it's my turn to threaten you that I'm going to have to mute you if you won't let me at least finish my thought. Now, come on.
Go ahead, finish your thought.
Okay.
You're trying to force me to centrally plan liberty.
Okay, well, I'm not sure I know what that means. But my point is this, is that libertarians, if I'm not mistaken, do not like the fact that a government has a monopoly of force. And I am suggesting that in this case of a piece of property where we don't know who it belongs to, there are 3 agencies that say it's mine. There's 1 agency that says it's yours. You believe that your agency is the most legit agency and that my 3 agencies are corrupt. I believe I've got 3 agencies. 3 is more than 1. Well, you say, look, I'm going to go find 2 other agencies that say that this property belongs to me. And then the question becomes, how do we resolve this? And you're saying, like, well, it's just going to work out. And I'm saying that at the end of the day, when we actually walk through this, in reality, even if it's your paradigm, your reality, I'm saying that that's right. I'm saying that's correct. Now, we're going to need an authority that's going to adjudicate this. And that authority ultimately is going to have a monopoly of power. And the only way that we're going to function and not end up in a fight that is going to determine this is if we all agree mutually, my agencies, your agencies, my people, your people, we all agree to submit to a authority that has a monopoly of power. Now, the best case scenario is that we make sure that this authority is at least as representative of us as possible. That's what I'm suggesting.
Let me ask this question, Sam.
Yes.
What happens if I don't pay taxes to your authority?
To our authority?
What happens? You're the one saying that we need a group that has legitimate use on the force of violence to force people to do what is best. And I'm saying, what should happen to me if I refuse to pay for your agency that is going to force people to do what you believe is best?
So in other words,
if I decide I don't like your agency killing people in the Middle East, I will not fund that. What should happen to me?
Well, I mean, I think if you don't pay your taxes to our government, they'll ultimately put you in jail.
No, I'm asking you, Sam, what do you think should happen? Not what does happen, because we know what does happen. What do you think? I want you to say it. I want you to say that I belong in jail because I don't pay taxes.
If you don't pay taxes to the U.S. government, ultimately, I think you belong in jail.
Thank you for saying that, Sam. You're a horrible, despicable person. Thank you for having me on your show.
Daryl? Daryl? All of a sudden, I look like a mental health heavyweight. Well,
Walter Block looks like the Dalai Lama.
Well, I thought he was talking hypothetically. I don't think that I would necessarily put him in jail right now. But, yeah, I think if you don't pay your taxes that are due, yeah. I mean, I think if it's, I think you should get an opportunity to pay a fine first. And, but I think he wanted me to say, he kept saying. So I said it. And I'm sorry that ended so quickly.
Me too.
I didn't even I didn't even get to the opportunity to ask him about the requirement for licenses. Is it worth it, me trying to call him back? I mean, I wanted to.
Why not?
Let's take a break.
Well, here's what I would say.
I want to start. I didn't mean to offend him.
Here's what I would say. I would
having-
exercise your freedom by calling him back.
I was having a conversation, and, for him to hang up on me because I said something that he found offensive in that way, I think is just, frankly, I think it's rude. I mean, we're trying to exchange intellectual ideas. This was not an ad hominem attack. I didn't say he's a criminal. I thought he was talking in a hypothetical scenario. I also think that if he commits any other crime that is ultimately, he skips bond, let's say, and doesn't do what the court says, that yes, people got to go to jail. I don't know how else you compel people to follow the laws of the country. I mean, I think, should I call him back afterwards? Or maybe
I would try him again. Why not? Let's see if we can all be civil.
I didn't.
I think he was looking for a place to jet back out of that conversation.
You don't think he was trying? You think he was trying to jump out of the
Oh,
conversation?
most definitely. But I would give him a call back.
Because I don't think that's fair. Because I think that would you email him?
I would. I'm feeling a little uncomfortable about him having my email address.
Well, he
right
already
now, to be
got
honest
it.
with you.
So send him an email and ask him if I can call him back. I don't want to do it if it's rude, but I think I think there's an impression that people might get from that he couldn't defend his ideas, and I don't think that's a fair conclusion to draw. I think he just got a little bit overheated. He has been.
I'm writing to him right now.
He's been
points taken.
waging.
You, of course, Sam is indeed a madman and a horrible person.
Honestly, we just send him an email and say, look, I don't want people to have the impression that Daryl couldn't defend his ideas. I mean, that one of the reasons why we want him on the program is that he has been out there willing to debate the ideas, and I think that, because I said an idea, I mean, frankly, there are ideas that he had that I find offensive. Just that I would have to, wage war to determine that this is a piece of my property with all his agencies or whatever it is. Hello, you. I'm Sam Cedar. Looking for smart, progressive
Looks like he has, I already spoiled what this is, but pedo pins for alleged pedophiles living in Drake's residence. Is that right? Here, I'll just scroll down past that just in case. I don't even want to take the risk, especially with how random Twitch's enforcement of rules is.
I see dead people.
The most worthless opinion you can find. It's like asking your old retired cement mason grandfather his opinion on new anime. But boy howdy, I'm going to give my opinion on this anyway, because for the first time in a long time, I actually really care about this rap beef. There was this drought of diss tracks where I think a lot of them that were coming out were just unbearably cringe. It was like Redditors writing poetry back and forth. I even had this perspective where it's reached this point where it's so artificial and fake that it's just doing it for views, and it's really just see-through blatant that I just hated diss tracks when they were coming out. Oh, you really dislike this guy so much you're gonna write this pop track about him? Wow, so hard. But now, with Drake versus Kendrick, holy cow, this shit is fucking poppin'. It is so personal, so ferocious, and actually the music is really good. I can't help but actually care. For those that don't know, Drake and Kendrick have been having a very public squabble. They hate each other. So they had some diss tracks that they dropped on one another, and it started off pretty light. It really felt like they were, kind of just playing in the pig pen a little bit, getting a little dirty, but nothing crazy. They were still having the soccer boppers on, they weren't hitting hard. And I really think Drake was still getting rinsed then, because in one of Drake's diss tracks, this goober used an AI Tupac to help assist him in his diss against K-Dot. And I think if you're using AI in your diss track, you automatically take the L. Like, K-Dot could have responded with 5 minutes of farts, and he still would have taken the W for that round in my eyes. It is so embarrassing to use an AI voice in your diss track. I don't know how that one got greenlit and pushed through. That was some clown behavior. But since then, it's gotten much more aggressive. So yesterday, Drake released Family Matters, and I was pretty impressed. I went into this expecting it to be more Weenie Hut Jr. type shit, just really low-hanging fruit, soft stuff. You're short, you have negative canthal tilt on your eyes, try looks maxing. I don't respect you because your Fortnite KD's too low. Just like really dumb shit. But Family Matters, like that was pretty brutal. There was like some serious allegations there about domestic abuse. Like one of the lines is, you hired a crisis team to help clean up the fact that you beat your queen. It's some pretty serious shit. Like there's some bars in there that go Insano style. Now, I think I've made this very clear over the years. I'm not really a Drake fan. I think he is a weirdo. Ever since all that Millie Bobby Brown stuff when she was still a child, I have found him to be just a creep. Like just a downright weird guy. And I think it was 20 minutes after Drake dropped Family Matters, Kendrick responded with his own diss track response already. He had this shit locked and loaded and ready to just fucking rip raw. So Kendrick, only like 20 minutes after Drake drops Family Matters, Kendrick drops Meet the Grams. And I don't know how Drake is ever going to sleep again in his life. He'll never have another peaceful slumber because this track will just be playing in his head, haunting him. Meet the Grams was another level of this track, really. Like, I thought Drake's was really well done. Kendrick's absolutely fucking slapped it, took it over his knee and fucking spanked its bottom spread. It was wow. So, the allegations in this one are super serious as well. He hates Drake, clearly. So he's talking about like a secret kid of Drake's that he's been hiding, talks about him being a deadbeat father, talks about him being like a predator, compares him to Harvey Weinstein, talks about all the things that he's lied about. It is 6 minutes of just pure fucking hatred. Like, he hates Drake more than Garfield hates Mondays. He was not pulling any punches. Now, of course, in both diss tracks here, none of the allegations are proven, confirmed, factual, or anything yet. And I think that's something important to remember here. But since this has become so huge, everyone's taking sides about who's winning, who's losing, this and that. And like I said in the beginning, my opinion on this is probably the most worthless one, but I can't help but also have my opinion on who I think is winning. When I first heard Drake's Family Matters, I was like, damn, that was strong. I don't know how Kendrick is going to respond to that. That's going to take a lot of time and a lot of work. And then 20 minutes later, he drops his response, and I heard about it, like, well, I think it was either during stream or right after stream, I had heard about it, and I was like, damn, that was really fast. That's probably a bad sign. That means K-Dot rushed it, and he probably really fucking fumbled this one. But he didn't fumble at all. He had it ready, and I really think that Kendrick's was even stronger than Drake's here. Like, even setting aside the bias I have against Drake of thinking he is a weird guy, I just think Kendrick's tracks have been better and significantly more personal. Like, some of the lines Kendrick said in Meet the Grams, I actually paused and just gasped. I was like, wow, that was really neat. Like, I was like, holy...
Catherine! I know you were right there. I know you was like that, homie. I know you was like that.